Ladies and gents, another video. Oh, well, this one is a bit more businessy. Let's read it out loud. In business, there is a question. What problem am I solving? I think the point of quests is not to come up with a solution, of questions, is not to come up with a solution, but to explore how pretentious we are while handling things. I fucking took a turn, man. What the hell goes on in my head when I'm writing these? So in business, there's a question, what problem am I solving? And this is funny because normally it's a problem that we created, just to be perfectly fucking clear. It's a problem that we created. So I think the point of these questions is not to come up with a solution, but to explore how pretentious we are while handling things. Whoop, whoop. All right, here we go. In business, there's a question, what problem am I solving? I think the point of the question is not to come up with a quest. I wrote this question, right? Question is not to come up with a solution, but to explore how pretentious we are while handling things. I want you all to look at the modern world. It's filled with issues and problems, right? All of them made by man. In fact, some of them are designed to be that way in order for man to keep themselves busy. Man being gender neutral. Forgive me, but we're mankind, right? I don't know, even if that changes at some point, why the fuck would we want to say it differently? But anyways, so the point of these questions, what problems am I solving? Because ultimately you want to leave the day, why? What's your purpose, right? Why are you doing it? Well, there's something on my mind. And I don't know, creatives don't have that. Creatives don't think what problem am I solving? They think, what am I trying to express? They're probably expressing their own personal problems, maybe, or issues. But they're also probably expressing their own personal bliss, their happiness, their view of the world. Who the fuck knows? But they focus on the expression part. That's why art changes us without even us kind of like understanding why. That's why simple things, like just people running around happy and jumping for us kind of like shows us that we can do it. They're being kind of like happily creative, or they're relinquishing their social like norms, any of that crap, man. So the point of these questions should not be like this is the problem and this is the solution. I think the problem should be that I think the question should point like where did this problem arise from? And here's something beautiful, because generally, I don't know about all religions, but Christianity preaches surrendering to God. Islam literally comes from istislam, which means to surrender. You know, when it comes to Buddhism, the concept of like do nothing, not do nothing, just let go, is basically surrender yourself to that cosmic energy, to God, to the universe. And the Tao talks about like doing nothing, as in like there's no point, and whatever it is that kind of like needs to be done will reveal itself to you, right? Like, do not initiate. Allow the flow of this universe kind of like move you onto the paths, or at the very least, like allow the flow to kind of like reveal itself so your choices of the paths are actually a lot more dynamic. Let's say it that way. But any problem that you look at, if you actually look at where it originates, you're kind of going to find yourself tracking through multiple problems until you come to a point where something was done, and mostly for the wrong reasons. And I'm not saying wrong as in like it's bad. I'm saying wrong as in it's off. Like, it's like It's hot right now, so I'm gonna close the door. We all make decisions like that, not as literal as closing the door. I think we have some sense because we're expecting some like breeze or something, or at least I am. I'm sweating like a fucking pig. Pigs don't sweat, by the way. So the idea behind it is just to explore how, well, Fyodor Dostoevsky talks about boredom, and if you give people everything they want, anything they want, everything they want, the first thing they will do is break it to kind of create some drama. And the fun part about that is because, like, if you're at peace with yourself, then everything's beautiful. Or at the very least, everything is beautiful. You just have to see it in a way that makes it look beautiful. So that our need to be to be solving problems, I guess, is what fascinates me about the world of business because they're all problems that were basically like, just imagine everything that's happening right now economically is because people that wanted to like pass the time doing something, they chose money to do something that makes them money, created systems to make them money, which is destroying other people who joined these systems in order to kind of like live a certain kind of way or just kind of exist within the system that was created. And then now there are other people that are researching these systems and providing solutions or better solutions, either to these systems or providing different systems. Like that's what the blockchain was supposed to do. It's still going to do it. It's just basically has been suppressed a bit too much because everyone wants to kind of like hold a part of it. But it's fine. We'll find something else later. And that's basically it. Like everyone's kind of like picking their own. How am I going to like enjoy my time doing something I love? And from there, random problems come up, random solutions come up. Enough people start having issues, enough people start dealing with issues. And all of us are kind of like funkily in this together, right? Why? Why does it really matter? All these solutions are not really providing a solution, they're creating more problems. Is it because they're based on the same systems, or is it because we are in these systems, so these solutions kind of like require us to approach them from outside of these systems? But ultimately, if you're asking what problem am I solving, you generally get to see how basically our absent-mindedness at one point is what created the string of problems, the domino effect of problems, or basically just because they're points connected. I don't want to say strings, string of problems. I don't know how to express it, but I guess you understand, right? Like one problem leads to another problem and another problem and another problem, that kind of thing. Kind of shows you how pretentious we are. Because anytime somebody goes like, "Aha, found a solution," and somebody else goes like, "Aha, I found a problem in your solution," for us to find a solution too. And from my perspective, like that's how society kind of seems like it's building on top of the issues by adding more things to solve issues that create more issues. Different issues, maybe, not more, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes you solve three things, but you create one that's more substantial. I don't know. I guess it would be fun if every single time you go like, what am I trying to do? You consider how you got to a point where you had to do something about it. That approach, I think, is a bit holistic because it really does reflect on your journey instead of whatever the result is or the result that you're trying to do. Because ultimately, whatever it is you're trying to do now, it's probably because of something that happened yesterday, something before it. And you're either involved in what happened before it or something else was involved in what happened. And that is also a trail that you could follow. Trail of breadcrumbs. Close. Maybe. I don't know, it really is super fun. I think the point of these questions is not to come up with a solution, but to explore how pretentious we are while handling things. So like I chose the route of a different system, but I believe in the free market. So like I'm not really creating a system. What I'm trying to do is create a layout for people to develop like whatever system that could work for them. I think that would be fun because it kind of like gives everyone the responsibility to handle the problems that they themselves created for themselves instead of dealing with problems other people have created and having them suffer through these kinds of issues. Isn't thinking about this shit randomly super fun? Have you guys been trying to do this or not at all? I wonder if people like make it past like 10 minutes or like 7 minutes or even 5. Hit me up if you do. Love you guys. And it's a video.